Do you have visions? Do you ever have voices in your head once in a while? Has it been this way off and on throughout your whole life? And then you're afraid to talk about it with others because they want to shun you or label you? And, or let's say, you you question it yourself and you seek help about trying to find out, what the hell's going on, and you maybe go to a so-called expert and they tell you whatever and maybe drug you up, lock you up, do whatever, or just whatever the case may be. We were all indoctrinated with things and they labeled them. They don't want us to question them. And, of course they're going to label, if you have visions in your head or you hear voices and stuff like that. Now, humanity is connected for sure, but as every blade of grass is unique, so are we. And the system that we live in this day and age, well, it's designed to go after your free will, your thoughts, and control you, control your flesh, influence it. They took my video down of the Westworld Season 3, Episode 5, about the AI controlling and influencing our daily lives because they are listening to us 24/7. They don't trust us, but they expect us to trust them. They force their way, they force their services upon us. All government agencies are organizations and businesses providing a service, yet it is forced. Their God is forced upon us, or gods, whichever, whatever. The history they want us to believe, That's why they work so hard to, have us go to school at a younger and younger age. There's friggin' preschool, you know? They don't want you realizing the powers you have and everything, and the paranormal experiences being part of human nature and the powers. Like that one video I put out about that one lady, being at one with different wild animals and stuff out in nature and shit, and she could just go right up and lay amongst them, and she could read their thoughts, and they can read her thoughts and stuff. That's the way it's supposed to be with humanity and all that. But nobody's calling her crazy or doing anything to her and shit. Oh, that's okay, right? Well, it is, because, we are connected to life, yet we are individuals and unique. They want us to be one way, lined up in a fucking box system, and they're doing it left and right, and they've got his story repeating over and over, generation after generation. You gotta believe in this God, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, you gotta just shut the fuck up and follow the system. Do not step out of line, do not cause waves or a ripple or speak of doom and gloom. Don't stick up for the other side that is suffering. You better just stay positive and shut the fuck up. Do everything their fucking way, or you're an outcast. I love being an outcast. I really fucking do. I love, when people call me crazy, it's kind of a compliment. I'm like, yeah, you know. But the thing of it is, any psychologist will tell you, crazy people don't know they're crazy. They, all this shit. You are your own best psychologist, and this, that, and the other. Same with you are your own doctor. They want you to have a crutch. They want you to believe in their way, their system, their rabbit hole of fucking bullshit. Anything to distract you, anything to make you give up your will, your soul and stuff, anything to influence you to condone and submit to things that are going on that you know is wrong. They want you to ignore it and be passive, turn the other cheek, wait for God to punish the elite for committing their crimes against humanity and nature and everything. You know, oh, karma will get them. I haven't seen fucking any of that shit go on. These motherfuckers are just getting away with shit, and the world's believing a lie. You know, I don't only have bad visions and you know, of things going on around Earth, of situations to where I'm like, what the fuck am I thinking of that before, for, and all this. I do have good visions and beautiful visions too. In fact, some of the beautiful visions I've had, you know, has to do with the Heavens Outside of Firmament video, where I mirrored the pictures of heaven, of, you know, star systems and whatever, you know. Of course, they don't want us to see things, you know, they will do anything to fucking haze out the skies, sell us products and garbage foods and shit to fuck up our DNA, fuck up our bodies and our health and everything. You know, what we put in our bodies does influence our minds and everything like that. And, you know, the American way is fucking what? Fried embryos and fried swine, you know, and stuff like that for breakfast, when really, I mean, if it's the most important meal of the day, and this, that, and the other, and we are human, which is of different colors, and there's fruits and vegetables and everything of different colors and everything. I mean, we should be putting colors into our body. But they want us to believe in the American way, and this way, and that way, their fucking way. That one-sided system. So taking all that shit away and standing back and looking at everything with, you know, both rose-colored glasses on and shit-colored glasses on. I know I can be a bitch and bitch about this, that, and the other. I mean, I'm female, you know, and all that. But, I see too much suffering going on out there that is at the hands of these fucking ruling class elite and all this throughout history. And I'm tired of seeing it, and I'm sticking up for them, you know. I'm standing ground, and I don't care what people think of me and all that, but, these visions and these voices and the fact that, they have this AI tech and all this stuff, and we're online and everything, always remember you have control and over everything. And, of course, we've been indoctrinated our whole lives, so we're conditioned to believe otherwise. We can't do this, we can't do that, and this, that, and the other, but they're afraid for us to find out that we can. And you know, I've debated with all kinds of motherfuckers on things throughout the years, and they, you know, I don't care if they're an expert, professional, fucking very VIP type person I've had conversations with over the years. You know, I still call them out. I fucking call them out. If I see a whole other side of the story, or if something just don't feel right in my heart, I'll call them out. Now, yes, this fucking technology that we're surrounded by everywhere and all that, that's influencing our bodies and influencing our lives, sticking monkey wrenches in our life path. You know, without the governing elite and everybody just govern themselves and fucking live naturally and all this, that's normal. That's your normal life flow. But when you got monkey wrenches on the side from these motherfuckers trying to throw you down rabbit holes or jumping through fucking hoops for their fucking paperwork and shit, that is not part of your life flow. It's not part of anybody's fucking life flow. That's not the way life's supposed to be. They steal our fucking time in our lives. You know, they steal our time. They steal our families. They break everybody up. It's the norm to be from a broken family. I am, aren't you? You know, I mean, it's their God is of broken family stuff and all that, and you know, and we don't have to suffer for our God and this, that, and the other, and give up everything and pick up our cross and follow Jesus. I've fucking done that so many fucking times. It's unbelievable. All it does is cause more problems in my life, because then it puts me in a situation where, okay, yeah, I give everything up, And then what do I got left? I have to turn around and make it all back again because, you know, in order to live and all this shit and survive. So I've done that quite a few times, and not everybody appreciates things you give out and stuff and all this, that, and the other. But the point being, I mean, they lead people to believe all this stuff. I mean, what a better way? Keep everybody fucking down. Yeah, give everything away and pick up your cross, follow Jesus, and go live in that fucking realm and struggle and go through shit over and over again. I mean, it's just more mental fucking tactics of the elite to keep the fucking masses down. I mean, everywhere we look, there's no fucking rock unturned, y'all. They fucking have got this system fucking down to a T. But they've made some mistakes because with every crime they commit and do, or anybody for that matter doing that shit, there's always a fucking trail of evidence because the truth is simple. You know what I mean? There's two sides to every story, and then there's the truth. And, you know, you have to make that judgment call, but they want you to shut the fuck up and stay positive. Don't even think of doom and gloom. Just go fucking pray about it, you know, just let it go, whatever. Just be passive, turn the other goddamn cheek, this, that, and the other. Well, we're fixing to be going through some shit because, you know, other religions and places around the world that we warred with and this, that, and the other, they don't fucking turn the other cheek. And they're fucking here from the inside out, and there's some serious strategy going on. But, that's a whole other fucking video. And, all in all, they got the masses like that fucking movie in The Invasion of the Body Snatchers or even The Matrix. They give up their soul, and so their flesh is empty, basically. They give up their soul to that man god, and then anything can come in, possess them, turn them into a fucking Smith, and then, you know, do what the fuck ever, because they got a whole history of it. I mean, Christianity and these religions have a whole history of warmongering and killing people. I don't want to fucking be in some fucking religion like that. Their God is a destroyer. They want to pretend it's all love, this, that, and the other. What? Under threat? If I don't love that God and bow down all the time? It seems like, you know, fuck that shit. Everything in nature rises up. And like gives glory and praises the sky. It just grows up, rises up. You want me to bow down to some fucking man-made God that is, badgering at me every chance it gets, every fucking angle it, you know, possible, to give up my soul, you know, to it. And then get possessed by whatever the fuck spirit, demon, you know, ghost, spells, shit. Fuck that shit. Hell no. Because in the end, I mean, you know, I'm still accountable for my soul, and besides the fact that the Creator created us, Creator's not a fucking destroyer. There's a life cycle and shit fucking happens naturally that is not, you know, controlled by man with weather control and this, that, and the other stuff that used to happen naturally. But there's this man-made bullshit, and there's people believing it's prophecy and this, that, and the other, so they're, you know, believing bullshit to their own depopulation. And, but yeah, when you have certain thoughts and voices and this, that, and the other, it's not only a matter of you're tapping into the being on the internet and all this, or I mean, in the computer shit, and they have this mind control with the frequencies and all this shit, but it also has to do with part of human nature, and like that one woman, Anna something or the other, where she connects with animals, wild animals and stuff, and go right there and lay amongst them and everything, and they love her. And there's a peaceful communication between her and them, and it's just, she can go to any wild animal and stuff, no matter, you know, the label they have or whatever. But, that's the way things are supposed to be. So she's tapping into, with her mind, the minds of animals, because we have dominion over all animals, which, you know, over the beast, over the land, over, you know, demons, any of that shit. Now, when I think of Christians giving up their souls and then being possessed by Holy Spirits and doing whatever, and their you know, religion of fucking war, and if you don't believe in their shit, they war with their countries and this, that, and the other, all the stuff throughout history, it's like there's the demons right there. The demons fucking go up in them. And I think it's shameful and horrifying that, you know, Christians and people go around with their religions telling people to give up their souls. Give up your soul, give it away. Now, the Creator created us, and then we live, and then when we die, we go back to the Creator. What's the fucking problem, y'all? You know what I mean? We don't need a God, man-made God tormenting us our whole fucking life, dividing families, causing stress, people struggling to survive, and this, that, and the other. It's just all a fucking distraction lie. And we are connected to each other and the animals and just everything. And you know, all the elements have memory. And, you know, there's a butterfly effect and this, that, and the other. They don't want us knowing our powers and different things. Yeah, when I shut off my computers and stuff, I totally feel a fucking drain. Like, literally, like some sort of ghost thing coming out of my fucking body. It's weird. It's weird. And when I fire it up, I feel like it's going through my body, you know, back in. So yeah, there's a lot to it, because, you know, we're surrounded by these frequencies, and I've been saying for years and years, we need to wear a Faraday bodysuit, Faraday mesh bodysuit, and all this shit, because they are tapped into our bodies with the frequencies and all this. But do not fear, though. I mean, it is hardcore. They can fuck with you. They can take you out at any goddamn time. Any of us. But when you catch them in the act, in the process, and stuff like that, and you overpower them, you know, it's like a mind over matter and shit. It's fucking, you got control, more fucking power than you think, and you just gotta fucking believe it. Don't believe everybody else's fucking bullshit. If your thoughts and ideas and things you're experiencing and whatnot is, and realizing your powers and whatnot, and, you know, it's not causing harm to anybody, and, you know, what are we supposed to use these superpowers for? Why do I answer distress calls in my fucking dreams, you know, and go all around Earth and help people through other people's bodies, and then turn around and see the shit on the news next day when I wake up, and it's like, oh wow, that shit took place. And I got witnesses over the years, and the other video that's uploading, I explain this, but there's a reason for all that, and you know, heaven forbid people are saving other people through their fucking minds and shit, and that kind of connection. They don't want that. They don't want you rising up with your minds, and you don't need no fucking weapons. It's all within us. But yeah, I believe there's a reason for that. Why would I have those type of dreams and or visions during the day when I'm awake? I also have beautiful dreams and beautiful visions while I'm awake, including, you know, the heavens outside of the firmament stuff, and using a mirror and seeing that, the cities and all that goes on and on forever there and all that. That video I did just because of visions and stuff. A lot of these things are signs in my path, but at the same time, I have to weed out the fucking monkey wrenches. Whether it be them literally want me to jump through a hoop, to whether they're trying to put a different thought in my mind to distract me. And, you know, having discernment between those and my true path versus the shit we're fucking living in that is not of my will. It's not of your will. It's of somebody else's fucking will and design, because it's his story, history repeating. They're just destroying the world again, blaming it on, oh, the God or humans or whatever, when it's all really our own free will. And they want everybody to shut the fuck up and be passive about it because, oh, it's prophecy, it's supposed to come true. That God wrote it. All them men fucking wrote that book, and they switch it all around and finger dip it and do what the fuck ever. Fuck women, shun women, this, that, and the other. When it takes two to fucking tango. I'm tired of this one-sided his story shit. And it's just all fucking lies. And, you know, just seeing through it all, weeding it out. of my true path versus these motherfuckers stealing my time and parts of my life and all this shit, monkey wrenches they want to stick in my life. And I would have loved to have been born in a fucking third world primitive area and fucking just live that way the rest of my life. I would have been fine. Instead, I was born in America, and here I am in this situation, this, that, and the other. But it is part of a calling. It's part of a, we're the 144,000 here again on loop. And they've been expecting us, and that's how come they designed this system the way it is with the AI and trying to get in our fucking heads and everything else. They don't want us to wake up to all these powers we have, in our heart intent, good intent. I mean, when I answer distress calls in my sleep, having those type of dreams and helping save people, and then it's on the news next day, and this, that, and the other of the situation happening and all that in another country, and it's in different languages and everything else, and I think there's a reason for that, and, it's because I care, I have compassion, and then on the other hand, when I get pissed off, and for me, it's for the benefit of all, when I, wish things or to do spells upon or whatever, or have certain kind of thoughts upon the elite ruling class committing these crimes and not receiving karma for it and this, that, and the other, and then maybe I wish certain things to happen and this, that, and the other, and then it fucking does. That's my soul I'm responsible for, and, that's my stand. I can, do this from the comfort of my home or any given place and time, whatever, and, I'm in this battle, and I'm doing things for the benefit of all, and if it, if people don't agree with me, and, you're being bad, this, that, and the other, it's like, no, well, I'm not waiting for karma, and I'm not waiting for their man-made God that they want you to believe in order for them to get away with their crimes, to allegedly punish them in the afterlife when they die. And they have to face their, judgment. Okay, yeah, we're on loop. And they know that, and they got the masses believing a bunch of bullshit just so they can depopulate them, and they accept it as, it's God's will or whatever. But yet, humankind destroyed by fire in the end, and it sounds to me like it's by our own free will and all that. And so, but over the years, I've had too many paranormal experiences and different things, and I know Thusala and others in Blood Family have experienced many, paranormal and different things throughout their lives, and there's a reason. And, of course, since the elite motherfuckers on loop here ruling everything and all that, and have all this technology out there and everything, it's because they're scared to death of us finding out our true fucking powers. This goes for all humanity, really, but there's a difference with, blood over intent. They we're basically the superheroes in the sense and all this. So they've been expecting us. That's how come they've been building up their defenses to try to fucking prevent us from, doing things for the benefit of all.